Morning, good morning, guys. Morning, everyone. Morning on Discord, morning on YouTube. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me and see me? Hello? Yep. Morning. Okay, so everything's working. Hola. Buenos días. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go through some charts and I'm gonna make my watch list for the day. I haven't checked the market yet. Okay, we're pretty much at yesterday high. Okay. If you guys, everyone on Discord, if you guys want to see my screen, go to YouTube. Good. Okay, so let's start with SPY. Okay, I see two levels here. We have yesterday high. It's acting kind of support, and we have pre-market high. So we have those main two levels. If we break pre-market high, it's gonna be a gap and go day, Um, pull back to yesterday high and hold. That could be an entry. If rejects yesterday high, we could have a pullback day. We'll see. So SPY very clear two levels: yesterday high and pre-market high. Let's go with the Q. Ooh, the Q is definitely stronger than SPY. So we're gonna have also pre-market high. If we break pre-market high, that's a break. We wait for a break and retest and play the upside continuation. If not, we're gonna have a gap here from yesterday's close till whenever we're open. So that will be also something to watch, the gap and yesterday high. The Q, keep in mind the Q is definitely way stronger than SPY. So that's another thing. If you're looking to short, you're not gonna go for the Q, you're gonna go for SPY. But the market is crazy strong, so I would not be. I would prefer to go to wait for pullbacks. I will definitely prefer to wait for pullbacks and buy the dip instead of looking for reaction plays, unless I see an ugly 30-minute candle reaction. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna have a gap on the Q, so I'm gonna be watching that gap. Okay, let's go with Apple. Apple is being pretty messy. But we have very clear 199.50, 200 level that I keep holding. So we have a channel here. I will say 199.50 is the support of the channel and the resistance is 202.50. So that's a channel. If you guys like, some people like trading channels. Sometimes I do. But so you can play the bounce at the top or reaction. I'm sorry, a bounce at the bottom or a reaction at the top, or just wait for a break and retest here at 202.50. I actually really like the 200 199.50 hold. I like more that level. So that's Apple. Let's go with Nvidia. Ooh, Nvidia is gapping up above the 149 resistance. So, let's see what's up. And we're rejected 149.80. So Nvidia also pre-market high, pretty much like the Q and SPY, more like the Q. pre-market high and yesterday high. That's gonna be the two levels to watch here on Nvidia. If holds pre-market high as support, it's a gap and go day. If not, I would love to see it pulling back to yesterday high because it's gonna open with a big gap below, like over $2 gap below. So I would love to see a pullback to yesterday high and then that's a gap fill, and then if it holds there, that will be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pullback long opportunity. So Nvidia, I'm gonna put a alert here. Big watch for me. Let's go with Tesla. Tesla. Yesterday move was a beautiful 356 reaction. I will say 336, 335. That will be a perfect break and retest on the daily after breaking out of this flag. So I would love to see that 336 reaction hold. 336, 335, 50 hold. So I'm gonna put a alert before 336 and see how Tesla's gonna react there. But yeah, I would look at this beautiful flag breakout, and then we had an ugly reaction yesterday. If we pull back to 336, that will be perfect. So I'm putting my alerts there also. Um, what else? Let's see. Microsoft. I feel like Microsoft is just gone. Like it's been up so much. Like it's kind of difficult to just trade here without a clean pullback. But a pullback to 480, 481 could be a good entry. So again, I'm gonna put a alert there and see if we have that pullback and see how Microsoft is gonna react there. Amazon, so far I like Nvidia and Tesla are like my main watches. And well, my main watches are SPY in the queue, but when it comes to individual stocks, it's gonna be Nvidia and Tesla. Amazon yesterday high. If Amazon can break yesterday high, it most likely it's boom boom time. Amazon, it's a weird stock. It moved weird. I don't know why, but yeah. Yesterday high. If can break yesterday high and hold it as support, most likely we're gonna have a move toward 218. This looks like a flag also on the daily, definitely. Okay, Google. Google's being crazy weak compared to the rest of the tech market. I don't know why. Why is it? I know. But it keeps rejecting this 170, 169.50 level. So this is a good thing to understand. If the market is weak today, you want to go with the weakest one, and one of those it will be Google. So if the market is weak and we see Google still rejecting this 170, 169 level, most likely we're gonna have Google dying here. So this is a big watch. If the market is weak, if tech is weak today, yeah, I definitely like this possible reaction play. Keep reacting the same level. Okay, the market is open. So I will say Nvidia and Tesla. Nvidia and Tesla are my main ones. I'm just gonna keep it simple today. Keep in mind the market is crazy bullish, so the best thing to do is just being patient and wait for pullbacks or break and retest to the upside. But the most risky thing to do on a very bullish market is playing rejections. Look at the Q. The Q's just flying. Do we have data today? I think we have Powell, right? Speaking at like 10 or 10:30. Morning, morning. No, not on my full position. I say yesterday on Apple. I said yesterday that I was gonna take profits before market close. So on Apple, I took profits on that. Some profits on that. Morning high. You see how it rejected twice yesterday? That's where I took a lot of profits. But I'm still holding runners because I have my contracts are for next week. So I'm chilling. Apple is it's doing pretty good right now. We have Nvidia breaking pre-market high. And with these movements on the market, we gotta be very patient. You just can't because the market is moving very strongly at open, you just can't go and buy. We gotta be smart. Be patient, understanding that we're always gonna have pullbacks. We don't know when, but we know how everything goes. Okay, we have Tesla pretty weak compared to the market. It looks like we're gonna have our 336, 335 pullback. Yeah, Apple is having a lot of trouble at this 202.50 level. That's the top of the range. We need like a strong breakout here. Yesterday rejected that level twice. Nvidia trying to hold pre-market high, fighting there. Google breaking our level right now. Let's see if it's really gonna hold it. But I don't like when the market just open and just boom boom right away. Okay, we have ES reacting here. Ooh, I like this Tesla pullback. Nvidia trying to hold the VWAP and pre-market high. If it can really hold here, it's boom boom time for Nvidia. It's going really at all-time high? Nah. Okay. Okay, so we have ES here fighting pre-market high. Google very strong, Apple beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We just need Apple to hold 202.50. That's all I need. If Apple can do that today, I'm done. I have a big position on Apple. You got, thank you. Tesla just tapped 336. Ooh, I'm up 30% on Apple. Come on, Apple. Just do it. We are right at yesterday high on Apple. SMCI is going beautiful. I have a bunch of lips and shares. I like this Nvidia hold too. It's holding pre-market high. It's holding the VWAP. But I'll be careful here. I know the Q is very strong, but ES SPY is still fighting pre-market high. Nvidia. Anyone got on that Nvidia pullback at pre-market high? Look at Nvidia. That was perfect. That was perfect. Ooh, ugly Apple reaction at the same level as yesterday. Okay, so Google is using our resistance as support right now, which is pretty bullish. I like this hold on Google. And this one is a sleeper. So keep that one in your charts. Keep an eye on Google. I like this, how strong it is. I want to see Tesla consolidating, holding 336, even 332. But if we have consolidation there, holding, consolidating there, that could be a good entry. No, Tesla still does not look good. It's trying. The Q is crazy strong. This is a new all-time high, right? For the Q. Yep. Okay. We have so many gaps below. It's funny. Nvidia, beautiful. Okay. I want to see Apple holding the VWAP here and 202.50. Yeah, that I definitely have trouble playing swing trading to the upside when we have so many gaps below. But also I understand the market is crazy bullish right now. But also you gotta be careful holding overnight with so many war news. You took profits on Apple? That's good. Oh, because you had weeklies. Yeah. Yeah, my Apple contracts are for next week's. And Tesla is still not showing any signs that it wants to hold. And we have Apple, another reaction at the same level. Target on Nvidia. I don't have a target, but it definitely it's gonna be the next big resistance, which is between 153 and 152. Yeah, pretty much. You have a strong rejection on 152, and then you have all-time high. So if you're on Nvidia, I will take a lot of profits at 152, and then just leave some runners to see if it's gonna go to all-time high. Microsoft very strong. We have ES trying to go. Google target. I don't have Google target. Guys, the target is always the next big resistance. So for Google, it will be right now, I don't know, maybe Friday high. If you are on Google, you gotta know what's the next big resistance. If you are on any trade. And your next big resistance is it should be your first PT. What is Desi watching? You can see on his um Desi TA. He's not here today. Tesla's still pretty weak. I don't like this reaction on Apple. By the way, I know you guys are super like you guys are so used to Desi taking trades like very quick. I'm not like that. I like giving a lot of time to the market for my next trade. So with me, you guys need to be patient. But also, if you guys like taking trades the first few minutes of the market open, just go for it. You don't need to wait for me or for Desi. Because I'm not a quick scalper. The way that I trade options is I wait a lot because I like grabbing like big move. I'm not looking to trade options for a 5% or 10% return. Okay, Tesla, ding ding ding, Tesla alert. It's under 336. So yeah, with me, you guys need to be patient because I take a lot of time to take my trades because again, I do not like scalping options. I scalp futures. For options, I like taking big move, aka big returns. That's how I get my 100, 200, over 2000% on my options trades, like the one I have on AMD right now. And I don't like how ES is having so much trouble at this high. What do I use for copy trading? Just trade away groups. When did I take AMD? When AMD was dying, everyone was complaining about AMD dying. I talked about AMD like 1,000 times, and I told you guys that I was buying AMD like crazy. Okay. I talk about market trend, market direction. No, the smaller time frame doesn't give you the market direction. The bigger time frames, daily, I will say 30 and above. You can have an intraday direction, but it's not gonna give you the overall direction. It's gonna be more difficult to understand it. So for that, I use 30 minutes and the daily, mostly the daily time frames. Nvidia very strong compared to everything else. Microsoft also holding very, very good. You took Tesla? What you took on Tesla? A put play? I'll be careful playing reactions here on Tesla. Tesla has to play a reaction Tesla, I will wait for 331 break, to be honest, because Tesla has support between 335 and 332, 331, I'm sorry. But the market is weak. Yeah, it's having trouble here. Like I said before, I was not eager to enter any upside play because I did not like how ES slash SPY was so weak and having so much trouble at this high because of what it's doing right now. SPY put? Yeah, it could. It definitely could. Do we have data today at 10 or 9:45? We have Fed speaking. Ugh. Look at that reaction. Yeah, I don't like going short on a very strong trend. The only way that I will go short is if I see an ugly 30-minute candle like the one we're looking at right now. That's a clear rejection candle. And we have a bunch of gaps below, so that would be pretty interesting if we have at least the overnight that one gap filled today. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're gonna go for the gap. Apple is holding pretty good. Nvidia pulling back. I would definitely love to see Nvidia going back to yesterday high. Mm-mm-mm. This is exactly why I don't like chasing crazy upside move, especially if it is overnight. Okay, SPY is trying to hold yesterday high. Let's see if it really can do it. Same thing with the Q. The Q trying to hold pre-market high. If the Q can hold pre-market high, I like it for a bounce play. Look at that hammer candlestick. I haven't checked gold, to be honest, because it had too many gaps. I don't like trading charts that had that many gaps. Okay, Tesla 331, 332. Let's see if it can have, if it can hold there. So far, it looks pretty weak. SPY trying to hold previous day high. The Q trying to hold pre-market high. Okay, I'm going long here on the Q. I like it. My stop loss is gonna be if cannot hold pre-market high. Let's see. Ooh. I got out, but that was a mistake. I click exit by. That was a mistake, upsy, but it's looking pretty good. Dang it. Yeah, I like this pre-market high hold on the Q. We have a new home sales in 5. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for that. Oh, that would have been a beautiful, beautiful bounce play. I'm so stupid. Well, Tesla's trying to hold 331, 332. We have Powell in 5. Dang it. That would have been a beautiful quick scalp. That was what I'm looking for. A quick bounce here. It was showing clear signs that it wanted to hold pre-market high. Yeah, that was boom boom. Perfect boom boom. If one of you got it, I'm happy. I don't know why I clicked exit. That was a mistake. Whatever. Next. Look at that. That was perfect bounce. Perfect. Perfect. Guys, watch Google. It's flagging above our resistance level. It's holding the VWAP. I like Google. Tesla 327. Maybe so the next support it will be Monday low on Tesla. You got it for me? Nice. That trade was meant to be a quick bounce play. Yes, SPY very choppy. The Q definitely easier to read today. That was a beautiful hold on the Q. So we have Powell speaking in 5 minutes. Probably the market's gonna react there. Watching Tesla. We still have Apple playing inside the same range. Ugly to 3 reaction. So we know now that 203 and 202.50, it's a level that Apple is having a lot of trouble to break. Okay, Tesla really trying to hold 332. I'm watching here. We have the VWAP around 335.90. So I'm looking for Tesla to hold here and break the VWAP. That will be my entry to play the upside. If it doesn't do that, I'm not playing the upside on Tesla. But we have a very choppy market here today. Very choppy. SPY boots? I'll be careful. Like, you see, we keep reacting morning high, but it just is not giving us upside continuation. So I'll be careful going short on SPY. If keeps cutting out its Discord, I haven't changed anything on my uh microphone. Let me see if I can fix that. Better? Or is it the same? I don't know. I haven't changed anything on my microphone or my settings. It's worse. Echo. You guys on YouTube can have echo. What? Sounds good on YouTube? Okay, YouTube is fine. Okay. Okay, my mic is fine. Okay. Okay, we're good. Yeah, YouTube is behind like 10 seconds, which is nothing. Okay, so we're still chopping around here, going nowhere. The market, it's been going nowhere. Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, all three looking pretty good, but the Q and SPY doing nothing. Tesla, crazy week. And yeah, SPY and the Q are doing nothing. Let me see what IWM is doing. Not much, but if he loses 213, it has a gap below. Let's check what gold is doing. I don't like that chart on gold. Very choppy. Let's go through some charts and see if we can find something good for a swing trade. Let's see, Broadcom. Okay. Ooh, I like this 265 hold on Broadcom, but it also, the problem that I have is I don't like playing calls when you have a bunch of gaps below. I like Google. But yeah, Broadcom 165 hold looks very good. Is that all-time high? Maybe? Did Yeah, Broadcom has a new all-time high. Ooh. And it has a gap below. I'm gonna put a alert at above 256 because that will be a gap fill, and I'm gonna look for pullback loans there. But for today, I don't think that's gonna happen today. But for today, I do like these previous all-time high hold 265, 264, but it needs to hold the VWAP. Ooh, I like this Broadcom, but it needs to hold the VWAP. So I will say it's kind of making a flag, but if it doesn't hold the VWAP, it's gonna be a weak flag. Yeah, it's gonna pull back. But on the bigger time frame, it has used previous all-time high as support, which is crazy bullish. So I like that. I definitely like that. Let's see, Uber. Nah. FDX. FDX has a huge gap above. Ooh, if makes a break and retest here. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna play this gap. Ooh, I think my best gaps played have been FDX. Yeah, 600, 300% on those gap fills. So I'm putting an alert here. Ooh, yeah. This gap play is not gonna be today, but I'm I'm gonna put alerts here and just be ready for that because this gap is huge. Stay tasty. It's gonna be a big play. Beautiful. Yep. So guys, just put alerts at the beginning of the gap and just wait for a break and retest inside the gap, and that's it. That's how I find my big winners. I just go through charts and then I just look for whatever possible big move could come, and then I just put alerts and then just forget about it, and whenever the alert pop off, I know what I'm gonna trade. And that's called being patient. Why did I stop making daily streams? Honestly, because the market most of the time, like the past, I will say month, the morning's been so choppy and boring that I don't feel like being sitting here just watching paint dry like right now. So most of the time I just trade. If I'm not here with you guys, the way that I trade, I just put alerts at my charts and then I just do nothing. I just wait for those alerts and then I take my trade there. Ooh, Tesla is crazy weak. Now Palantir, let's see what Palantir is doing. Oh, Trump is talking. Ooh, Palantir filled the gap below and then it just gave you a gap close reversal. So I like this Palantir hold. 144, 145 hold. Oh yeah, I like this Palantir hold. SPX gap. I don't trade SPX. FDX was the gap. FDX. Yeah, so basically Palantir needs to hold morning low for that play to work out. Right now it's looking pretty weak, so morning low is around previous all-time high. So that's what you want to see Palantir holding. It's not looking too good for Palantir. Pre-market, I don't use pre-market for my levels, only for pre-market high and low the same day. But if I'm looking like the overall market, like the bigger time frames, no, I don't use pre-market at all. I don't think it's important because most of the time pre-market is when you see, if you take out the pre-market action, it's when you have gaps, and those gaps, most of like I will say 98% of the time those gaps get filled. So that's why I don't see pre-market move important levels, only when the market opens. So I put my pre-market high, pre-market low, and I use them for the morning trade. But other than that, no, I don't use pre-market price action. How do I take the pre-market out of trading view? You just go RTH here, and then electronic trading hours or regular trading hours. Congrats, Piff, on the Tesla put play. How long Tesla? I really like this Google hold, but I don't like how the market is moving. Mm. What do you think of Roku? I don't like playing Roku, to be honest. I think Roku was fun playing it during COVID, but not after or before COVID. Tesla 310 will be a big if. Will be, yeah. 310, 309 will be beautiful. Yeah, Palantir failing to hold. I'm gonna take Google. Google is looking too good. It's a high risk trade because the market is definitely looking weak. But I like Google. Google, it's a sleeper. I'm taking it for next week. The 175 calls. Yeah, I'm in. My stop loss is gonna be today's low. It keeps holding the VWAP. It's looking like it's flagging. It's above our resistance. That resistance acting as support. It's been down a lot because of news. It's holding pretty strongly right now. I just gotta take this one. I don't have a PT for Google. I'm just gonna see how it move. I'm gonna watch price action and then I'll see where I'm gonna take profits. But I took it for next week because I think Google could give us a big move. Palantir holding 144 is trying there. FDX alert. Is it already at our damn? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay, FDX. FDX. This is a big watch for me tomorrow. I just want to see it holding it inside the gap, and then that will be my next big play. I want to see a break and retest inside the gap. And yeah, and that gap is going to be a big mover. Huge play for me. It's going to be the next one. Most likely, I'm going to watch it tomorrow. How do I trade gaps? You have a video on my YouTube channel where I explain how to trade gaps. And also on my video course, which is free. And you have the link on my bio. If you watch the video, you understand how to trade gaps, or at least how I trade gaps for huge returns. Okay, Google, it's waking up. I like that. If you guys are on Nvidia, I will be taking some profits here at 152. And the main PT will be all-time high. Yeah, Nvidia was perfect. Perfect break and retest of pre-market high. But I don't like this Q and SPY. It's so weak. Go, Google, go. Go, Google, go. Beautiful. Ooh, ugly rejection there on Nvidia at 152. Let's see how Google is gonna react to morning high. I still don't like how the Q and SPY are moving. Apple trying to hold morning low. Let's see if we can have a bounce there and another 203 retest. Yeah, most likely we're gonna see the gap fill on SPY and the Q or NQ and ES. Looks like 172 is a level that Google is reacting as a resistance. That's morning high. For FDX, I would buy maybe a month and a half out. Yeah, probably I'm gonna give it more than 2 months or a month and a half out calls because it's a big gap. So it depends what are you looking for. If you're looking for just part of the gap or the entire gap. So it's this gap is $8. So it's a big gap for a stock as FDX. Okay, let's see if Google is gonna break 172 and use it as support. That will be beautiful. And then 174. I'm gonna take some profits around 174 and then at morning high. I'm sorry, Friday high. Yeah. 174 and then Friday high. Nvidia, very clean day. Very, very clean day. Beautiful break and retest of the pre-market high. And then we have pretty much a straight up day. Now it's having trouble at resistance, which is normal. but very clean. SPY, I do think it looks like it wants to fill the gap below, but it's having so much trouble going lower that I will not be looking for reactions. I will just wait for a clear support bounce play. Apple waking up. I'm so mad that I made that mistake that I got out of my play. On NQ. That was such a beautiful bounce play. Nvidia long here? No, it's too late. Why will you go long at resistance? You don't buy calls at the top. You gotta buy before it starts moving at support. HIMS? I don't like trading HIMS. I think you guys like it for long term hold. I don't even like it for a long term play, to be honest. I don't like HIMS for a long term play. I think it's a very easy company that it can disappear. Like I think Amazon, it's gonna beat HIMS in no time, but um I will say it's intraday is looking pretty good. I like this little 442 hold on HIMS. It looks pretty interesting here. It had why HIMS gap down so much, but it gapped down right at support and it's holding there. Ooh, and it has a huge gap above. Okay. Okay. I do like HIMS for a trade. Look at that huge gap above. Is holding support. Ooh. This could be, ooh, this is a nice swing trade. I don't trade HIMS, but this is a nice swing trade. Okay. Let me see what contracts I want to take on this one. I like this chart. Yep, I do like this chart a lot. Okay, so let me see. Um, I got the July 45 for end of next month 25th. Yeah, I like this one. So my stop loss is gonna be, what's this low? Monday low. So basically, guys, and don't ask me if I'm still holding. If it's not breaking my stop loss, I'm not gonna sell it, and I'm just gonna let it ride because it has a huge gap above. It's making a clear support here. So if it's not breaking Monday low and use it as resistance, I'm not selling this one. And I'm also gonna buy, yeah, I don't think him is a good long-term hold. I'm also gonna buy August 15 45 calls. Yeah, this is a good, if keeps holding here, doesn't lose 41.80, man, this can really move. Definitely has a lot of resistance here at 51.50, 52. So that's a resistance to look to take some profits there. And I'm just gonna put alerts on my stop loss. I'm gonna put alerts at my PTs, and then I'm just gonna forget about it. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna be watching this chart. And that's how I swing trade. We have another clear resistance here, so I'm gonna take more profits here. And that's it. Ooh. Another one here. So I bought the 45 gold for end of next month and for August also. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. It can really hold here. Yep. Awesome. Upside potential limited on HIMS. We'll see. I don't care about HIMS as a company. I think it's a company that can easily disappear, but I do like that chart. It's a cheap company, so you guys can trade it with shares. It will be easier to trade it with shares. But yeah, and this is a big trade for me. Ooh, I go heavy on things like this, and I'm gonna go very heavy on FDX when the time is right. SPY, the Q still doing nothing, but we have, excuse me, Nvidia going still higher. It definitely is looking a little bit, it's looking a little bit higher, but it keeps going higher. Google, look how beautiful Google now, it's holding 172 as support. That's what I want to see. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade there. Yeah, I think Google can definitely give us a big move. Google is a sleeper. Oh yeah, I definitely think HIMS can get bought by a big company like Amazon or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna post it on ADR trades when I finish the stream. Yeah, because I can do like an entire. If you guys want me to, I can go through that trade or why I'm taking that trade at the end of the stream. Like, I can talk a little bit more how I play. I'm gonna play that one because I'm playing that one based on a few things that I'm looking on the charts. I'll go through Google, the Google trade, the Amazon trade that I'm in right now, and HIMS and FDX. Just remind me around 12. Nvidia still going. Beautiful, beautiful, clean upside. So Nvidia, okay, I want to go through Nvidia because I see so many people saying that they have trouble holding their winners, and Nvidia is a perfect example how to do that, like how to be confident in holding your trade for a longer time when there's a clear sign that is no reason why we should be selling this. Like if you're on Nvidia, why would you sell that one? Like there's no reason to sell, to be completely out of that trade. Definitely to take profit, but not to be 100% out of that trade. So, okay, let's go first with what was the entry that I was calling out, and it was here. Okay, this Nvidia morning with the market open, it was, we had pre-market high as a clear level to watch out on Nvidia, right? So we have pre-market high. It was acting as resistance in the morning. The first 5-minute candle, look at that ugly reaction there, right? And then the plan was to wait for a break and retest out of that resistance level. So we had the first 5-minute candle, ugly reaction. The next one, look how beautiful it went. It held that resistance as support. Look at how beautiful the VWAP is pointing upside. So it held pre-market high as support and it held the VWAP. So that's the entry. That's where you wanna enter anything. Resistance, acting as support, holding the V1. You have perfect entry there. And then if you're in Nvidia, okay, so there's two things that you can do. One, watch the VWAP. If the VWAP is still acting as support or it's under the candlestick, that means that the trend it's upside, right? So we can see the VWAP, it's the purple line here on my chart. It's pointing upside, right? Another thing that you can do if you don't know if you want to hold this one for bigger move or not, just look how resistance here, you have the break, retest, acting as support, another breakout. Another one, you have resistance here, you have break that resistance, retest, boom. You have another resistance here, 142 or 152, 152.50. You have one here, pullback. You have one here, right? You have pullback, boom, another one. This resistance acting as support, break that resistance, now acting as support. So right there, you have one way of managing your trade, right? Obviously, like I said before, the way you want to take profits at a level of resistance. So I have 152, between 152 and all-time high resistance. So I want to take profit at the first touch of 152, especially after looking at this candlestick here. That candlestick is a clear reaction candlestick. So you want to take a lot of profits here and then you say, okay, I'm going to hold some runners and see what's going to happen. If break this uptrend, I'll get out. If break this support, I get out. Or if break this support, I'll get out. Because the uptrend will be broken. So as long as it keeps making higher highs, higher lows, hold resistance, acting as support, you have an uptrend, you have the VWAP pointing upside, there's no reason to be scared of holding at least one runner. At least one. Tesla, another perfect example of how to hold your runners or how to hold a trade. So we have, let me clean this one here. We have these 335, sorry. we had this, it was 336, 335 level, right? So if you want to play the 336 reaction, you have a few things to watch here, just like Nvidia to the upside, but we have Tesla to the downside. We have the VWAP pointing down. Perfect. The VWAP is above the candlestick, so it's acting as resistance. If you don't have the break of the VWAP, there's no reason to get out of that trade. You have here this support acting as resistance, so no reason to sell there. Another one, this support got broken, bounce here, it couldn't even retest the support. We have another boom, move to the downside. Another one we have here. Okay, here we have another one here. What is going on here? Well, here's when you say, okay, I can see Tesla holding here. It's consolidating. So you have two things. You either wait for Tesla to move higher and see if it's gonna break this resistance previous high and it's gonna keep acting as resistance, or if it acts as support, you know that's a change of direction. You can say, okay, it broke my downtrend, I'm out. So you have different ways of holding your runners. I will say I will definitely be mostly out because I can see how it's really fighting this level, and I will hold a runner and then just wait to see if it's gonna break this previous support and if it is gonna act as resistance now. And we have the VWAP kinda getting a little bit flat. It's not so much pointing down. So it's either you wait for this break or you're like, okay, I'm happy with this, I'm out of this trade. And that's a perfect example of how to hold your trade for bigger gains on a downtrend like Tesla or on an uptrend like Nvidia. And you have, if you wanna rewatch this, you guys have also 2 videos on my free video course explaining that exactly. Okay, let's see how Nvidia is gonna react to all-time high. It's almost there, and we have Apple again at 203. We have Google holding 172 as support, which is what I want to see. You have the link down below on the video description if you are on YouTube, and if you are on Discord, you have it on my bio. Am I on FDX yet? No. I explain what I'm waiting for FDX to do. Guys, be patient, understand the trade, and then just don't wait for me to tell you when to get in. On the most important thing here is to understand the trade. If you can really understand it, you can really learn how to trade, not just following me or anyone blindly. Yeah, Tesla coming back and retesting the VWAP, and if the VWAP act as support, that could be maybe a good bounce play. But I will prefer for Tesla to hold 332. and we still have SPY and the Q doing nothing, but the individual stocks are moving pretty good, I will say. Besides Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft is super choppy. Look at that, those ugly candlesticks intraday. I'll go through HIMS and FDX right before I leave. So be patient, guy. And I'm not on FDX. I'm not on FDX yet. So you're not missing anything there. I don't think I'm gonna enter FDX today, even if it is inside the gap. I would prefer to wait. Ooh, FDX again, inside the gap. Let's see. Mm. Ooh, this FDX chart is tempting me. I wanted to wait for tomorrow. I'm gonna wait for tomorrow. But I really like it here. I want to wait for tomorrow because I want to see like a clean hold of 222. I don't want to get fake out there, but it's looking pretty good. No, I haven't taken any profits on Google. I should probably. Yeah, let's take a little bit. But my idea on Google is for a bigger move. But yeah, I'm gonna take some profits. The market is not looking too strong. I will say this is definitely not a day. If you only trade NQES, SPY or the Q or SPX, it is not a day to trade that. Like, nothing is so choppy. And yeah, I took a lot of profits on Google. I'm gonna hold runners. Okay, I bought FDX 230 for the end of August. Yeah, I like that 222 hold. I want to see today's daily candle holding above 222. Okay. I think we're pretty good for today. I got FDX, I got HIMS, we have really good trade on Google, we have a really good call out on Nvidia, really good call out on the Q. I'm good. Oh, thank you, Roslyn. Yeah, I might. I don't know if I want to go back to trading live every day here on YouTube. I'm kind of enjoying going here, coming here once a week and then trading on my own the rest of the days. BBL? What's BBL? Besides the surgery. Thank you, Vanilla. Thank you. Nvidia almost is almost at all-time high. It's almost there. I think you can do it. Let's see. It's crazy to see the market just keep going higher no matter what. And I think, if anything, what we all should have learned with COVID is understanding that buying the dip when you have the market going down a lot is the best investment you can do. I mean, just look at AMD. AMD is a perfect example of that. When AMD was dying and everyone here was going crazy, calling how bad AMD was, um, at 79, 80 bucks, everyone was crying. I was like, I'm just gonna keep buying. I bought, I just kept buying. And then when was it? When was it? Yeah, and that was just like 2 months ago, even less. Yeah, 2 months ago. And look at AMD where it is right now. Oh, it has a big resistance here. It's right at big resistance. At 144. Look at this huge move here. If anything, just keep in mind this, like, remember this. Every time you see a good company, not any crappy company, a very good company going through, I don't even know why AMD was going down so much. I think it was because Nvidia came up with a new chip or something like that. There was no reason for being panicking here and not buying the dip. Like I bought the dip here at around 116, and then I went at 90 and 100, and then at 80. I kept buying at 80, and I was like, boom, easy. That was the easiest and biggest return I ever made. And I'm up like 3,000% on my lips, on an AMD lips. And I haven't even checked the shares. But that was so easy. Do I use volume, open interest, or delta for option choice? No, I don't use any of that. I use my logic. So this is how I trade options. I do not check the Greeks unless I'm looking to trade something that I know that it has some type of news or a big event coming up. So if I know a big event coming up, I do check the IV. And if it is over 100, 130, I don't even touch it. But other than that, on trades like HIMS, like Google, like FDX, I don't need to check the Greeks. The only thing that I need to know is I know that I need time because I'm looking for a big move when it comes to my HIMS and FDX trade. And I know that I want to buy as close as in the money as possible because we know those are going to be the contracts that hold better. And that's it. Like, that's it. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to check the Greeks to understand that. Just make it easy for you. As close as in the money as possible, buy time. That's it. You could have bought any single stock during that time and say the same thing though. No, no, no. Everything was going up and AMD was going down, so no. Am I watching Hood at all? Hood was another one that I call out here like 1,000 times. If you guys, if anyone, it's been here with me for a year on this stream and you watch me on the stream trading every single day, you guys will remember that I called Hood and I gave you guys a big explanation why I think Hood is a huge opportunity for the future. And I bought a bunch of calls and lips also. I'm already out of the Hood lips, but I'm still holding a lot of shares. I talk about HIMS option, few Google and FDX trade in a little bit before ending this stream. I go throughout the entire chart and explanation why I like those uh three plays. The only thing that I want now is Apple holding to 3. I don't know if that's gonna happen with the market doing what it's doing. Very choppy SPY, like extremely choppy. HIMS has a little overnight gap that it needs to fill. Maybe it's gonna go lower and bounce back there. Nvidia gonna bounce VWAP? I don't know. Like trading is not about like guessing what's gonna happen. It's just about being patient and wait to show you what it's gonna do or what it's doing. Based on that is when you take trades. But I don't know if Nvidia is gonna hold the VWAP or not. I can't see the future. I wish. No, I wouldn't like that, to be honest. I'm pretty much done for today. Yeah, the market definitely needs a pullback. We have how many days gapping up? Like 2, 3? 3 days? Yeah. I would love, love, love to see NQ pulling back to 2200. That will be a beautiful, beautiful pullback long. Filling this big gap here. Yeah, I will definitely go heavy if we have that gap filled. FDX is a big position, same thing with HIMS. Google also, but Google I'm looking for a bigger move. But so the way that I see this trade is Google. Looking, I knew that I wanted to play the bull flag that I was doing, and I took a lot of profits because I can see the market being weak. So it can definitely pull back Google, but as long as holds um today's low or above, I'm bullish on this one, on Google. With FTX and HIMS, I'm looking for a huge move because I'm looking for the gap fill. So it's different. So I think it's all about understanding what type of move are you looking for, and based on that is you see what contracts you need to buy. With Google, I bought for next week because today is Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I like buying for next week. If it were Monday, I will be buying for this week. But Wednesday, I like buying for next week. And with the other two trades, I bought a month out, even more than a month out, because again, it's a big move that I'm looking for. So I know it's gonna take time. You don't like the bear flag on daily? Um, like I said before, the best entry for FDX it will be tomorrow. Waiting to see if today the daily candle is gonna hold inside the gap, and then you wait for tomorrow a pullback, and then you just enter there. Stop loss on him is Monday. I think Monday, Friday low. If that base that is making on the daily act as resistance, that's Monday low. And guys, if you are on HIMS on or FDX and you just looking for a pullback today and you're just sweating on that trade, please don't take that trade. You don't understand the trade if you see like a 5 minute pullback on HIMS on FDX and you're like, oh my god, it's going down. Don't take that trade because you don't understand it. Microsoft so ugly. Intraday price action. Look at those candlesticks, are like ugly as hell. Oh, thank you, BBM. Thank you for being here. Remember to like the video, guys, on YouTube. Um, I already said why I bought Google next week's. What about Nvidia and AMD? We already talked about both of those a lot. Gold, I don't like the chart on gold. Let's go for a firm. Let's see what a firm is doing. Didn't a firm say that a lot of their customers can pay their debt? I think so, right? A firm has a big gap below, so that will be a break and retest to the downside, pretty much. If it's inside the gap, you wait for a reaction and then you play the gap. So basically, you need a firm to lose. Oh, sorry, that was NQ. Sorry. From chart, sorry. Daily. Hmm. I like it if it pulls back and hold these little um, 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 63, 62.80 level. So basically, I would like to see a firm pulling back here and then bouncing. Okay, we feel the gap on SPY or ES. Yeah, we feel the gap on SPY. Are we gonna hold here? Oh my god. I'm gonna try a little bounce here. My stop loss is gonna be the previous 5-minute candle low on ES. And this is my last trade of the day. Okay. Let's see if we can have a little bounce after filling the gap. Nice Google consolidation, still holding above the VWAP. I like this hold above 172. It's looking pretty good. Come on, hold it there. Give me a bounce. On NQ, this is previous day high. If we lose this candlestick low, I'm getting out and done for today. FDX holding pre-market high, which is good. HIMS trying to hold morning low. I want to see, yes, holding this low, and then maybe a bounce to 61.50 or 61.48. Google very strong today. Really like that trade. I love that trade. Apple, Microsoft, very choppy. I do think Apple is pretty bullish as long as it keeps holding above 199, 200. So yeah, if we see a lot of consolidation above support, it could be waiting. It could be something, yeah, it could be good for our next leg up. But yeah, I think as long as it keeps holding 200, 199 is pretty bullish. It's taking its time. We have NQ fighting previous day high and ES fighting the gap. Fill the gap and it's holding there. I want to see a gap close reversal type of move. Yeah, I like that bounce. Yeah, I like that bounce. Calm down. I talk about hymns before ending the stream. We got Tesla. I'm not gonna trade Tesla today. Tesla, the plan for Tesla for me today is seeing and holding previous high, which was around 336, 335. Yeah, Tesla is just bouncing after being down pretty much the entire morning. Nothing that I like there. Guys, how many times are you guys gonna ask me if I already entered FDX or not? One more time. Ooh, okay. I like this move here. I like this little bounce here. Let's see if some boom boom is coming. Can I have a bounce to 6150, please? Or at least to the VWAP. Come on. Okay. We're looking good. I don't like that reaction. Okay, ugly reaction there, but we're still holding support. Okay, let's go through HIMS and FDX trades, and the Google one. I put a hard stop loss on this trade that I'm holding right now, so I don't need to keep watching it. I just put a hard stop loss and target, and it's gonna sell me to either side. Okay, let's go through HIMS first. Let's go to the daily chart first. Oh, 30-minute chart. Okay, so HIMS. HIMS has a huge gap above after gapping down on Monday due to news, and it's been making a base here around 42, 41 level. So the idea for this trade is watching him holding this support, the 42, 41.80 support, and as long as it keeps holding that support, I think it can be a very good opportunity to just buy the dip and look for a move first to 48, which is Monday high, and then look for a break and retest inside the gap to play a possible gap fill here. But my first PT is gonna be Monday high, and then it has a lot of resistance around 52, and then we have a lot of resistance of above 57, and I just got stop out there on the ES trade. Okay, so that's HIMS. Very easy chart. Yeah, let's go with FDX. Okay, so FDX also has a big gap above. The whole idea to play gaps is waiting for the price action to be inside the gap and use it that beginning of the gap as support. So basically before it was using this level, the beginning of the gap, as resistance. Now look at this 30-minute candle, how it's holding there. So it's acting as support now. And then as long as it keeps holding this previous resistance as support, the idea is to play break, retest, gap fill. That's it. Very, very simple, easy trade. So my idea is just I bought a month out and even more than a month out contract to see if FDX is gonna fill this entire gap. Let's go with the Google trade that I made today also. It is a smaller, like not a smaller, like a shorted, it's more like a short term play. It's not like HIMS and FDX, but it looks very good so far. So before the market opened, I talked about this level here, 168, 169. It was acting as a very strong resistance in the past, right? We have resistance, 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 support, support, support. So we know that level was extremely important for Google. And even we talk about if the market was weak and we see Google reacting that level again, it could be a good reaction play, right? So, but today we have Google holding that resistance as support very strongly. We have a strong push at that support, and then I entered around here, around 171 or a little bit under, let's just say 171. I saw the VWAP going higher. We have a clear flag here. We see how this candlestick kept holding the VWAP. We have a clear support here. Previous resistance acting as support. I entered here. I took a lot of profits a little bit above this morning high because it was having a little bit trouble there. And then I liked seeing this previous resistance is now acting as support. So the VWAP is still under the candlestick and under the candlesticks, and it's still pointing upside. So is still pretty bullish. Even if it pulls back to the VWAP and it holds the VWAP, it's still pretty bullish in my eyes, especially because it broke this very strong resistance. Now it's acting as support. So why I'm looking for a bigger move on Google? Because Google, it's been selling out so much and it broke that downtrend, broke that strong resistance. So for me, it's only normal to look for a bigger move because we have a change of trend. So the next big resistance that I see on Google is around 73.50, 73.65. We have support in the past. We have support here, right? We have support, 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 and then got broken and acted as resistance. So that's the level to be taking a lot of profits. And then the next one I will say is this level here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play a move toward 176 because my contracts are only for next week. I don't know if Google can go to 176 next week, hopefully, but the main resistance for me, 174, 173.50. That's the big one, like the next big one. And when you have a big resistance, where that is where you want to take some profits. And when it's a big resistance, you want to take a lot of profits there. So Google, break of the trend, previous resistance acting as support, big sleeper on the market, big resistance 173.50, 174. That is where I'm gonna look to take most of my profits. And if you look at the 30-minute candlestick, there's nothing but green today. So again, no reason to be completely out of this trade. And now that I see here, it looks like a inverse head and shoulder. Another reason to like this trade a lot. I don't really play head and shoulders, but I see them. So if you want, forget about the head and shoulder. The most important thing is the break of the structure, the downtrend, and then the hold of these very important previous resistance now acting as support. Very clean break and retest, guy, or a very clean change of trend, however you want to call it. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's levels. So you want to see a level getting broken, and then hold it as support if you want to play the upside. So yeah, I will say this is very clean, very clean structure here on Google. Yeah. And that's it for me, guys. This is gonna jump in like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I'm not gonna take any more trades today. I'm done. Pretty happy with my trades. The only one that I'm mad at is the one that I sold by mistake in the morning. That would have been a beautiful trade, but whatever. It is what it is. and very small loss here on ES, like very small loss. And I had a huge day thanks to Google and Apple, because I took more profits on Apple at 203, because that's been a wall break on Apple. Yeah, 6140 holding on ES. Looks like it's a important level here. Maybe I should have waited for 6140, but whatever. I'm not taking any more trades. I'm very happy with my day. Any more charts that you guys want me to look at before I leave? Nope. Okay. Nvidia, you want me to look at Nvidia? We called out Nvidia. I didn't take it, but I called out Nvidia. It was perfect. Let's go through Nvidia again. Nvidia was very clean, was perfect. We called out that level in the pre-market, and then I called it out on the break and retest. That was extremely clean. I know a few of you got that Nvidia play, which made me very happy. Okay, so we have Nvidia pre-market high. That was level to watch for gap and go play. In the morning, the first touch it got rejected, and then the next candlestick used that pre-market high as support, the VWAP as support, and then that was the entry. And then you have boom boom. And then we have boom boom, and pretty much Nvidia went all the way up till 153. And now it's pretty much consolidating. I think as long as it's holding up at the VWAP or above the VWAP, I think it's pretty bullish. Yeah, I think it's just consolidating. Unless if breaks the VWAP and it goes lower, I see no reason to keep holding this play. I honestly will wait for a gap fill to yesterday's low. I'm sorry, yesterday high, because Nvidia has a gap here. Basically from yesterday's close till today's open. That's a gap. So if we can have that gap fill and hold, that will be a beautiful possible pullback loan. So I have an alert there around 148. And it also have another gap below around 144.50. So, but I like more the 148 gap fill. Tesla. Okay, let's go through Tesla. Tesla, I don't like where it is right now, to be honest. I like it if it can go a little bit lower and maybe hold 310 or 314. But where it is right now, I don't like it unless it goes back above 336. So basically I want either a move here like this or a move like that. So those are the two levels that I'm watching on Tesla. So it needs to do either a pullback to 310 and hold, or break and retest at 335, 336. But what it is right now, I would not touch it. Ooh, look at FDX. Beautiful pullback to 222 and then bounce. Kind of happy that I decided to get in today and not wait for tomorrow, but I think it's still tomorrow. It could be a good entry for FDX. We just want to see today the daily candle closing holding above 222, and then tomorrow you just wait for a pullback, little pullback, or a flag, maybe a bull flag, and then that's your entry. Ooh, look at Amazon. I'm sorry, Microsoft. Look at that daily candle on Microsoft, and it's about to lose morning low. Microsoft is one also that I have an alert, and I'm waiting for a pullback to 481. Yeah. If I can have a pullback here, 481, I like it for a pullback long also. What time frame is that? That's the daily on Tesla. Oh, Marvel? Okay. I never checked this one. I like to try to trade most of the time the same thing. Marvel also has a huge gap above. Interesting. But 78 looks like it's been a very strong resistance level. Interesante. But look at that gap. Okay. Okay, so we have a little bit tricky because it went inside the gap and now it's reacting. I'm gonna watch this one too. It has a huge gap above. I definitely like more I will say the FDX gap. It's the best one of all the gaps that I'm seeing today. But Marble, kind of tricky. I will say if can hold Wednesday high as support, last Wednesday high as support, it's easier for a gap fill play. Yep. Coin. Let's see, coin. Ooh. Is this? Oh no. Okay, so coin today's low is the level you want to see holding, or 341. So you see how that level acted as resistance in the past? That's the level you want to see holding. If you can hold that level as support, we most likely have more upside. I honestly I have alerts on coin. Coin has a big gap at 215, 216. I'm waiting for that gap to get filled. If that gap get filled on coin, that's where I'm gonna buy a lot of contracts. but it's too far from there. I don't know when that gap is gonna get filled, but I know someday it's gonna do it, and that's when I'm gonna go hard on coin. But yeah, for right now, I will say this 346, 349, 350 level, you want to see it holding it. Circle? What's that? Ooh. This 200 level, definitely very important level for circle, yeah. 200. If it breaks that 200, it's most likely it's gonna go to 165 or 159. But honestly, I don't like trading new stocks. I think if we can see how it moved so much in just like 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a half. I don't like trading these stocks, and most likely the IV is pretty high, right? So I like to stay to keep it with the stocks that I always trade. I kind of understand how those stocks move, and then once in a while I play gaps on FDX and UPS, and there's another one, a Nike. I think it's the other one that I play gaps sometimes. Oh, the IV is 176%. Yeah, I'm not touching that one. Not even. Yeah, not touching that. SMCI. Let's see. Ooh, look at perfect rejection here. It has a very strong resistance. 47, 47.80, and it just rejected today there. And it's moving like SMCI. The way that it's moving is a stock that I'm not looking to trade every single day. That's why I have a bunch of shares that I also bought when everyone was freaking out at the bottom here, so I'm just chilling. I'm not looking to trade SMCI, but look at this. It has a huge range, right? And I think we talk about this one. I know for sure I talk about how I thought it was gonna go to this resistance when it went today. So that's the trade. That's the trade. I know for sure I posted this chart when it was around here, and then when it was around here, and I was pointing upside here, and already hit my PT today. So if I were on that trade, I will be done, because right now it's literally in the middle of the big range. Nothing to do there. You wait for either a pullback again to the bottom of the range, and then you play maybe a bounce, or you wait for a break and retest here. But what it is right now, it's a no for me. What's the ideal IV? Under 100. So knowing that the IV on Circle is 176, I know it's a very hype stock. You have 176 when something happened, you had news, you have a event coming up. Okay, it's almost 12. I'm leaving. MSTR. Okay, last one. MSTR. Really nice bounce bounce out of this support level, the 360. Yeah, if you got it at 360, 365, even 370, that was a good entry. It definitely kind of looks like a flag, like a big flag, but the way that I see it moving is you need to buy a lot of time for this one to play the flag breakout. And when you have, I think when you got that flag breakout, it's gonna go back to 324. I'm sorry, 424 or 430. You have a big pull, flag pull here, and then you have a lot of flag consolidation, holding very strong support. Then you have a little bounce here. I definitely think it's gonna go higher. Google 173. Okay, I'm taking more profits here on Google. That's a beautiful trade on Google. Congrats if you took it with me. That was very easy, very clean. So you have some resistance here on MicroStrategy, but yeah, big flag. I don't like trading this stock, but yeah, it looks like it wants more, but you need to buy contracts with a lot of time or shares for this one. And I'm done. This is gonna come up in a few, so I'm done, guys. Thank you for being here. We have a beautiful day. I hope you guys learned something a little bit from me. I understand that I'm a slow trader. I don't go boom boom too fast. So I take my time with my trades, but I like to take trades that I'm gonna catch big move, not small 5% returns. I like big, at least 30% return on my options trade. So I'm pretty happy with Google, HIMS, Apple, FDX. We'll see how HIMS and FDX play out this month. So please don't ask me every single day if I'm still holding, because if it's not breaking my stop loss or if it's not at around any of my PT, I'm holding that trade. So please understand that those two trades are for a long-term hold, like at least minimum 2 weeks, minimum. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Oh, remember to like the video on YouTube. Thank you. Bye.